How are you, folks? Good evening. Kevin Coyle here. Hope you're keeping well. I just want to say a few words I had prepared for Sunday, but other things happened and I didn't get to speak them on Sunday, so I'll just read them out here now. But for starters, I just want to thank everyone so much for coming on Sunday. It was brilliant to see all the different areas joining up, and I hope it's just the start of us all supporting one another on a more regular basis to fight this corrupt government. We are stronger together, people, so let's keep it this way. And let's fight together to take back our country once and for all. I just have a few things to say. I won't take too long. I just want to start by saying my name is Kevin Coyle. I'm 33 years of age. I'm a father of two. I have an 8-year-old stepson and a 3-year-old daughter. I grew up in Darndale, lived in Darndale, lived in Coolock for 27 years. I'm 33 years of age now. I lived in Coolock for 27 years. Currently in the process of looking to relocate back to the area because at the end of the day, I do miss it, It's the heart. The heart keeps telling me, go back, and I'm currently in the process of looking at properties available in Coolock. So I know loads of my old friends are planning on moving back there. I still have plenty of friends there now. Still have plenty of family there now. My mother still lives in Kilmore. So and my own daughter is missing out on some valuable time with my mother, her grandmother, because we live so far away. So the people in Coolock are great people. There's no better community to grow up around, and yeah, it's just, and I want to do my bit to try and prevent it from going down a bad way, from basically to stop all this madness from happening. Now I know I might stutter here and I might stumble, etc., but I'm just me, I can relate to you and you can relate to me. I'm one of you people at the end of the day. I'm from Coolock, born and reared in Coolock. So I'm not one of these you'll see wearing a fancy suit and promising you the moon and the stars and giving you nothing. I'm one of yours. I won't change my ways if lucky enough to be elected at the local level. So with that being said, I'd just like to announce to you all that I will be running in the local council elections in June as an independent for the area of Coolock. Everything is in the process of being done and will be completed in the next 7 to 10 days, possibly sooner, but no longer than that. Once everything is completed and leaflets etc. are ready, we will be ready to start this campaign. And I say we because I am doing this with 100% passion, straight from the heart. I am doing this for each and every person in the Coolock area. That's a promise. If elected, I promise to represent you to the best of my ability. Your concerns will never, ever fall on deaf ears. And whatever issues or problems you have, I will do everything in my power, if lucky enough, to become your representative for the area, to stop all this nonsense, to stop migrants from going into Crown Paints and any other buildings that they may have their eyes on in the Coolock area and the surrounding areas too. Because like I said, we are all in this together and I will do my utmost best to stop Crown Paints. I will also do my utmost best to stop any other centre that they have planned around the Coolock area, and I will also advocate for the removal of the migrants from the Holiday Inn because they've been causing nothing but trouble around the Coolock area. And I exposed that Holiday Inn back in 2013, February of last year, and a gentleman told me that, well, it's a bit much, but a man who approached me and had a bit of a go at me said that this hotel was not being used for refugees, not being done for asylum seekers, and now look what we've seen, what has happened over the last 2 years, with them coming into Coolock, coming into the surrounding areas and causing trouble. They're coming over to certain areas and threatening other people also. So, and I know loads of people myself who have now stopped, they used to jog up the N32 and around the roundabout and around down back ways, who won't go up that way anymore. They won't even cycle that way anymore because they're terrified. And could you imagine now they say 500, whatever number this government give you, you can double that at least. So you can say up to 1,000 people into that Crown Paints. Look at the facilities around it. 5 minutes down the road, You have an all-girls school. You have about 15 schools, 14 or 15 schools in the whole Coolock area surrounding this Crown Paint site, you know. Between primary schools, secondary schools, all girls schools. Straight across the road you have a UCI, a Plex, a Burger King, you know. 2 minutes literally beside it. You have the McDonald's, you have not Starbucks, you have Costa Coffee. How long will it be before they're all congregating in them shops, hanging around? You see what they do in Cafe Nero in town and all the little cafes around town. They all congregate there, they hang out there, and they put their plans, basically whatever they're planning on doing, they hang around in these spots. So Coolock will no longer be a safe area if a thousand men who we don't know. Now I know people would say Coolock is, well, everybody in Coolock can find out who everybody is. Nobody can find out who these men are that are going into this building, regardless of what anybody says to you. None of us can find out, because nobody knows who they are. Right? So what, like, because at the end of the day, like I said, because we're all in this together, it's going to take a joint effort from the whole of Coolock. And also, I'd just like to announce that Rowan Croft is also running in the area. So if I'm lucky enough to receive your number 1 vote, could you please give Rowan your number 2? And if you're giving Rowan your number 1, I would be greatly appreciated if you could give me your number 2. Please, people. We need this. We need real people who are going to stand up against this stuff, you know. All the other local election candidates like Sinn Féin, People Before Profit, Labour, Social Democrats, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, they have gotten us into this mess. So it's down to the likes of us now to elect decent, good people who are going to get us out of this mess. And I will end by saying this. I'm happy to discuss anything at all when doing the rounds in the area over the next week or so. Don't be afraid to bring up anything at all, because I will be happy to speak about anything whatsoever, whether it be migration, housing, healthcare, the hate speech laws, and the travelling community as well, travelling on halting sites. I was only over with the travellers as well, with a couple of the travellers in Coolock there on Sunday, just before the protest, and all I would say is their site is still hazardous, to say the least. There's no drainage, there's no proper on anything really. So if elected into your local council in June, I promise, to put my hand on my heart, I promise that every issue you have will be sorted, and that's a fact. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm one of yous. You see me walking down the roads. A lot of yous have my phone number, etc. I'm easily contactable, you know. And like I said, you will always know where you stand with me, you know. Like, I won't see you on the side of the road and be like, I'll let you know. No, I'll let you know there and then, you know. Or if you give me a phone call and say, yeah, I'll ring you back in a couple of days. No, none of this. I'll talk to you there and then, you know. Like, whatever issues you have, I'm here to be your voice, you know. If lucky enough to get to become a representative and to get in at local level in the county, I promise to do everything I can, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing this for you, I'm doing this for us. We are all in this together, folks. This is one big massive fight, and I have my plans right now are for a local level, Coolock. But if I'm lucky enough, like I said already, to get voted in at local level, I do have plans, and I do believe that they're very good plans, to try and run for a TD seat in the Dáil, because I do believe that the plans I have that I would like to put into place, I think nobody has ever done them before, you know, and I think they could work. But they're national level. There's no point in me putting out national ideas now, because to get to the national level, we need to be voted in at local level. So if myself or Rowan, or there could be another 1 or 2 candidates running in Darndale as well over the next week or so, could be announced, I'll happily push them out also. But once they're 100% confirmed, no problem, I will do so. And one last thing, Rowan is running in Artane, Beaumont, Santry and parts of Kilmore. So if you can give him your number 1 vote in those areas and give me as a number 2, it would be greatly appreciated. And I'm running in Darndale, Coolock, Clonshock and other parts of Kilmore also. So if you could give me your number 1 vote in those areas and give Rowan your number 2, be greatly appreciated, folks, because we have your best interest at heart here. Like, we're not scientists, we're promising the moon and the stars and everything, and we're not just going to ditches. Like, we're it's us. We're in this together. I'm not doing this. We are doing this together because we want Coolock to be safe. We want to know who's coming into our area, you know. And like I said, if we can manage to get voted in, I'll put a stop to the Crown Paints and any other buildings that they have their eyes on for the future. And I will also advocate for the immediate removal of them all from the Holiday Inn because they're causing so much trouble in the area. So that's just a quick brief. Once my leaflets and boards are done, I will be out in the next week. And like I said, I look forward to seeing some of you all on the campaign trail. Don't hesitate to ask me anything at all because, like I said, I'm one of the viewers. I grew up with a lot of the viewers, so it shouldn't be too hard to ask me these questions. You know, like it's just like chatting to an old friend because that's what I am. I'm your friend, your fellow Coolock man. So don't ever be afraid or ashamed to ask me anything. You know, just because you might think I know you and you know me, it doesn't matter. You know, these plans, what we have in place, are to protect Coolock, and if voted in at a local level, then we will do our very best to run and hopefully get elected in at national level. But the work starts in the local elections, folks. So please, myself and Rowan, you're number 1 and number 2. Thank you very much, folks. Have a good evening.